Are you over 50 returning to the dating scene? I've got 5 tips that will help you achieve more pleasure and more success. What's good, everyone? Mario here. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 tips for men and women over the age of 50 who are getting back into the dating scene and wanting to have a much more pleasurable, successful experience. I totally understand that, and I've got your back. But first, let me remind you that if you're not fully satisfied with your current dating or your online dating experiences, I invite you to join one or both of my free online academies for dating and online dating. Both of them send out free weekly videos designed to help you level up your game, and sign up is super easy, takes seconds, and you can do so by clicking the link in the description or the card for this video. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm going to give you 5 tips for men and women, both of you, over the age of 50, getting back into the dating scene. And as I want you to know, when you're getting back into the dating scene, whether it's been 30 years or 3 years, times change. All right, even over the past 3 years, times change. Expectations have changed. The experience has changed. Technology has changed things. And I want to get into all that so that you're not all by yourself. You don't have to figure it out all by yourself. That's what I do. I pass along information to help you learn things more and help you have a better experience. Okay, so let's get to it. Number one, the very first thing that I want you to do is give online dating a shot. Now, you might have your reservations about online dating, but let me tell you, nowadays, everybody is using online dating, and it's not just for young people. People of all ages are using online dating. Yes, people your age. Now, granted, there are lower numbers the older you get, but that should be expected, right? People are already married, they're sometimes passed away, and oftentimes already in relationships. But there are enough people who aren't in relationships who are just like you and out there in the dating scene. And you know what? The way you might think about it is like, well, there's not as many people out there for me. Okay. But there's also less competition out there as well. Think of all those great men and women out there who are taken in relationships or married already, and you don't have to compete with them. That's great, okay? So think about it that way. With online dating, um, it's not something that is super easy, I'll tell you that. So don't expect instant success. It's an entire different sort of world. And I definitely recommend tons of the videos that I have on our channel, because with online dating, everybody thinks they know what it is, but truly, no one has been brought up to understand what online dating is and how it works and the best practices. So I've shared a lot of that on this channel. Definitely check that out, because if you go into it thinking you just will do whatever you want and do it your way, it's not going to work out that way. At the very least, recruit the assistance of someone closer to their 20 somethings to give you some assistance in creating a better online dating profile. Though I will tell you, they're probably going to be not very good. So definitely check out my playlist. And if you need to contact me, you have my information as far as how to get through my website if you want my direct help. All right. But definitely, online dating is something for every age group because it's supplemental. You can always meet people in person and connect with them. But with online dating, you can use that as a tool to connect with people that you would never have access to. You would never cross paths with them. And it's so easy with technology. You really should be taking advantage. There is no excuse. You should be taking advantage. That's my advice. That's my recommendation. And if you're not doing it, I would totally say when you're complaining, that is one major reason why you would be complaining if you're feeling like I don't have great results. I'm not meeting anybody good. Well, what are you doing with online dating? I'm not using online dating. Well, there's your fucking problem, okay? Then the next problem is using it effectively, all right? But one thing at a time, all right? Number 2, I want you to embrace your experience, okay? You're over 50, all right? You have an advantage in that you have experienced life. You have some wisdom. You know, sometimes life gives us a formal education, but experience, the years, they give us an informal education. So you've learned so many things about life, how it works, how success works, failure, pleasure, pain. You've experienced all these things, and guess what? You're still here. You're still breathing. So you've experienced the highs and lows, and you know what? The lows aren't so scary anymore. You know they're out there, but once you've experienced them, you know that oftentimes, I mean, like when I say it, you know it to be true. Whereas sometimes younger people don't. When I say that, oftentimes your fears, they're not even real. There are things that will never take place or haven't taken place and won't take place. And you, as a man or woman over the age of 50, can be like, yep, because a lot of things that I was scared of never happened, or it wasn't like I thought it would happen. So I want you to take that experience and know that, Hey, fuck it, I failed before, I can do it again. I've struck out before, I can do it again. I've taken a risk before, I can do it again. I'll live, I'll survive, I'll be okay. You are over 50. If there's one thing that you have going for you, it's some age, experience, wisdom, okay? Use it. Take more chances, take more risks. Don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid to take a challenge. Don't be afraid to do something and just shoot your shot, okay? Take advantage of that age and that experience, all right? Number three, I seriously, and not even seriously, I heavily and strongly am recommending that you consider dating outside your race or ethnicity, all right? Look, if you're over the age of 50, your dating pool has reduced itself because of just the age. All right, as I said, a lot of people are paired off already in committed relationships or sometimes even passed away, or some people are sick and they can't even date. So they're out of the dating pool. You can't limit yourself. Even if you were a part of the majority and say like in the United States, if you were white, male or female, you would think like, well, there'd be plenty of people. Well, there would be more people for anyone if you decide to date outside your race or ethnicity. Here's what I will tell you as a dating coach experience, and what I want to pass along to you is this: your compatibility, your connection with somebody, your life experience that you're looking to share. Do you really think, because I don't, and I know it's not true, do you really think that just because someone's shade of color on their skin, just a little bit darker, lighter than yours, makes them someone that you can't connect with or be compatible with? Do you think just because where someone was born or who raised them or what blood is there is in them that they can't, be compassionate, that they can't be sensitive to you, that they can't be compatible to you, that they can't connect to you? That's silly. It's silly. But, like sometimes, you're just what's unfamiliar is scary. But here's the great thing about being 50. You can face those unfamiliar things because you're like, fuck it, I don't care. I'm 50. Seriously, take advantage of that thought. Be like, fuck it, I'm 50. I'm not scared. And furthermore, you're 50. Who the fuck are you trying to impress or cater to? Live your life for you. So if maybe in your 20s you were trying to impress your parents or do what you thought they would want you to do, that's great. But by the time you're 50, those fucks have left the building and you are free to do whatever you want with your life. Do it. If there's a point in your life when you are going to consider interracial dating, dating outside your race or ethnicity, this is it. Okay? Do it. Number four, here's something that I want you to do. If you want to have a better dating experience, just do a whole lot of shit that you always wanted to do but could never do before. So maybe it's because you didn't have the money. Maybe it's because you didn't have the right partner who was interested. Maybe the person you were with before was not into the outdoors at all, but you are. So you like to go on hikes, you like to go camping, and the person before hated that, so you never got to do it. Start doing those things, and you can have outdoor dates. You can invite people on hikes. You can also, do things with money that maybe before you didn't have money to do certain activities. Well, maybe you were always like, well, I'd love to do a hot air balloon, and it's kind of a date thing, but, it's something that I wanted to do. Well, guess what? If you want to, you can do it. You're 50. Do whatever the fuck you want. And if you want to invite somebody, say, hey, let's go on a hot air balloon. I've always wanted to do that. And, do all the fun things that you could never do before or didn't think that you could do before. Go for it. You can make the dating experience your own because you should give less fucks and you should have some money that you can afford to do a few of the things that you couldn't do in your youth. Go for it. Live it up. Trust me, it's very attractive, and you will kind of put yourself in the ranks of the exciting, the adventurous of the 50 somethings. You'll stand out because you'll be the adventurous, youthful, energetic, life enjoying individual. Very attractive. Okay. Number five, my tip for you over 50, men and women, but it's kind of for everybody, but especially for people who are over 50 getting back into the dating scene. Don't make the same mistakes that everyone is making of all ages, all gender, whatever, all backgrounds. And that is to make the mistake of overestimating your dating relationship. So oftentimes people will date or see somebody else and they'll get this impression of like, oh, well, they're really into me. We're kind of a thing when they really haven't ever had a discussion about what they actually are. Are they in a relationship? Is it an open relationship? Is it a committed relationship? Are they just dating? What are we? Oftentimes, if you don't have that conversation, so many people out there, like I said, all ages, all genders are making this mistake. they overestimate where the relationship stands. So what you need to do is not treat anybody like like they're your partner in a committed relationship and vice versa when you haven't, one, communicated it, and then two, you haven't confirmed. All right. So you have to have that discussion and you have to have an agreement of where you two stand. Okay. Until that point, you're not committed. You're not in a relationship. You are dating. When you're dating, you don't owe anybody shit. Okay. A little bit of respect, yes. But do you owe them a monogamous behavior? No. Do you need to pick up the phone every time they call or text? No. All right. You can do it on your own time. You're not in a relationship. Don't act like it. Okay. So only act like you're in a relationship when you actually are after you've communicated and confirmed that relationship status. Okay. So there you have it. My 5 tips for you men and women out there who are over 50 thinking about getting your feet wet and dipping back into the dating scene. All right. It's not easy, but it doesn't have to be painful. You do have to just kind of give yourself every advantage and put yourself in a position to win more often. Hope you got some good value out of this. And if you have any other sort of suggestions, comments for others who are over 50 returning to the dating scene, throw those suggestions in the comments below. As always, take care until the next video. Thanks for watching. If you appreciated the content from this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And male or female, if you're not satisfied with your dating or online dating experience, I invite you to join one or both of our free academies. We have Get Game Group Academy and Get Game Group Online Dating Academy, both of which send out free weekly videos designed to help you up your game.